I'm going to do my best to read Blake Lively's tantrum in her own words from her IG story, but mind you, she has, I already tried to start it, and her grammar is not amazing. So there are times where I trip up because you'll see here in a moment, okay, why I had to start over. I'm grateful for the court's ruling, which allows the heart of my case to be presented to a jury next month, and for the ability to finally tell my story in full at trial, for my own sake, but also for those who don't have the same opportunity to, many of whom I have known and loved deeply in my life, and the countless I'll never know. There was two things that factually tripped me up in reading that first paragraph, and the countless I'll never know. You mean the people that you wanted to location share with? The last thing I wanted in my life was a lawsuit, but I brought this case because of the pervasive retaliation I faced and continue to, for privately and professionally asking for a safe working environment for myself and others. Ma'am, I just want to underline and remind people, everyone on set, on a production like this one, is covered by a union, at least one union. This was not her only line of defense. The fact that she is trying to victimize herself in a situation that she had more than enough fail stops and did not use a single one of them and went straight to the California CRD is highly, highly suspicious to me. Because why, if you are fighting for people in your industry, why wouldn't you start with the very entities that oversee said people in the industry on a very intimate level that is directly tied to their employment within these productions? Do you see why it's starting to seem suspicious to me? And not even starting. I've been saying it this entire time. I hope the court's decision shows others that, as unfathomably painful as it is, you can speak up. Don't be distracted by the digital soap opera. The constant packaging of this lawsuit as a celebrity drama is not only irresponsible, but it is by design, to keep you from seeing yourselves in my story. Which, again, if you find yourself in her story, contact your unions. Contact the unions that Justin Baldoni and Jamie Heath would have belonged to at the time. Or, if it happens to you with other people, the unions that those people would have belonged to. Oh my God. I don't know if I can even read this line. I'm so sorry. The physical pain from digital violence is very real. Holy shit. I can't. It is abuse. Rich. It is abuse, and it's everywhere. Not just in the news, but in your communities and schools. Okay, guys, you're safe. You are safe because it's not happening in your homes. It's just happening in your communities and schools. If you're looking, my claims won't be the first or last time you'll see examples of the extreme dangers of retaliation and digital warfare. And it often won't be directed at celebrities or those who may be able to speak up. Ma'am, none of us got married on a plantation. So, well, let's start there. I think our digital footprint is not going to include a plantation wedding. It affects us all across the political spectrum. Pay attention to... I just heard what I just said. Pay attention to all the ways we can be manipulated online. Digital manipulation has been boasted as untraceable. If you have kids on phones, they are some of the most vulnerable. Protect them. Have conversations with them. Also, our kids didn't get married on a plantation, so I feel like their digital footprint is also safe. Studies estimate that between 16% and 58% of women have experienced online abuse or stalking, with 97% of gender-based violence service providers reporting technology-facilitated abuse in their cases. Blake, what you are claiming as a smear campaign is your own history. Things you actually said. Events you actually engaged in. The dramatics. So much critical work has already been done to expose systems, tactics, and players who harm. The work to create more safety is in part at trial, but it will continue far after this trial is over. This is the work I'm most proud of. Why doesn't she even try to use ChatGPT or like an editor? It's available. It's very simple. Gottlieb could have looked at this and been like, maybe you should write this. Like, just take this word out and put this one in. That's all. That's it. I'm sorry. I can't. I couldn't begin to stand up if not for the countless who've gone before me and the masses who are still around us all, creating laws, social change, sparking conversations, rallying, working privately and publicly, risking and sometimes losing everything for the safety of others in all spaces, some whose names we know, most we don't. Thank you, all of you. I can't, as a survivor of multiple different forms of abuse and assaults, etc. Yeah. I will never stop doing my part in fighting to expose the systems and people who seek to harm, shame, silence, and retaliate against victims. I know it's a privilege to be able to stand up. I will not waste it. And then she inserts the dragon emoji. I'm so sorry. Your support keeps me going. B. The weirdest part about this whole dynamic to me is that she was a part of those photo leaks years and years ago, but her response then was like, oh, it's not me. It's not me. But all of a sudden, she's being flambéed because of her own history, her own words, her own interviews, her own interactions, and she cannot stand the public reaction to her own personality and her own behaviors. And all of a sudden, like, this is the thing that has to go to trial. She didn't take this stance when it was her in those photos that got leaked over 10 years ago now. Her response then was literally like, oh, it's not me. She didn't grandstand and then murder herself and make it about the safety of others. She didn't sit here and like victimize herself to anything in that situation. She was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Those aren't my photos. It's not me. But all of a sudden, her ego takes a hit in the public eye, and now it has to go to trial. Now somebody has to be in trouble for it. And it's not her. It has to be men that she thinks are misogynistic, which I don't see it. Like, you can try to tell me to the day, like, till the cows come home, for as long as the day is long. I have not seen anything, and I have been digging, because the last thing I want to do is get on the internet and defend a man. The last thing I want to do is get on the internet and say, like, nope, these guys' hands are clean. I would love to fillet men over their behavior towards a woman, and in this situation just could not find it.